I hope all is well in your world. I'm doing all right. Maybe I'll get into what I was reading online in the Life in Idaho Falls Facebook group here in a bit. It's a little early for that. I gotta get the brain going a bit more so I can make sure to tread lightly around this subject matter. So in the meantime, we'll talk about wonderful movies. All right? Yeah, it's a little after 6 a.m. And I tell you what, my recliner and TV is sounding like a really good spot to be sitting at right now. Watching movies. Yeah. Watched a good movie last night with the lady, Looper. It was fun. It was a good movie. Had no idea what we were jumping into, but it was really good. On Netflix, going to be leaving soon. I recommend it. But what does the internet recommend as movies that are 10 out of 10 so you can take the day off work and just sit around and watch movies today? I encourage you to call in sick. The Count of Monte Cristo. Huh. I mean, people are saying it's a comfort movie for them. I have not seen The Count of Monte Cristo. And it's pretty highly regarded based on the Reddit upvotes there. So might have to check that one out. The Matrix. Top quality, right? I mean, if you haven't seen The Matrix, what's your deal, man? You living in a cave? Did you take the wrong colored pill? Watch The Matrix. Watch all of them. And actually, that's a shame upon me because I have not watched the latest Matrix movie yet. The one that came out, I don't know, a few years ago. I don't know what my problem is. I love the Matrix trilogy, the originals. So why didn't I get around to watching that? I even like that cartoon one they put out. What was that called? I don't remember. The Matrix, something that started with R, because didn't all of them? Okay, anyway. 12 Angry Men from 1957. Somehow a movie about 12 guys arguing in a closed room is absolutely riveting. Well, I mean, it's pretty highly regarded here in the upvote realm. Haven't seen it. Might have to check that one out myself. Tombstone, classic Western. I do enjoy that movie. When I went through my Western binge, it was certainly on the list. It's a good one. Kind of feeling the urge to get back to some Westerns as of late. We did that break, I don't know, a few weeks ago where we were talking about movies filmed in Idaho, and there was some Clint Eastwood movie filmed in Idaho. I was like, I got to check that out. Then there's that Bone Tomahawk movie on Netflix. It's supposed to be some kind of a Western horror movie. Got to check that one out as well. My Cousin Vinny, I haven't seen that since I was a teenager. I'm kind of surprised by this list. I thought we were going to be seeing, The Godfather. What other movies do people just always rave about? Maybe Shawshank Redemption, something like that. Scarface. Scarface, maybe that's not as highly regarded as The Godfather. Goodfellas. Why am I going to mob movies? I don't know. People just seem to love them. So, I mean, My Cousin Vinny is probably why I went to mob movies. That popped up. It's a mob movie. I mean, kind of a comedy mob movie, if I remember right. Been a long time. Maybe I'm completely wrong about that. See, this list is really surprising me. Terminator 2 Judgment Day, 10 out of 10. Haven't seen it for a long time. It's a classic. I mean, it's Arnold. What about Commando with Arnold? That's one of the funniest movies ever. I mean, he jumps out of a helicopter and lands on the ground. No parachute. He's flying. You can't mess with Arnold. Alien, the original, definitely classic horror. Definitely a great movie, for sure. Oh, there we go. Okay, Shawshank Redemption. It finally popped up on there. Okay, and this, it says it's sorted by best. I mean, Shawshank has a lot more upvotes than the others I've already named. So, I don't know what's up with that. Spirited Away, that's a movie that my daughters love. It's a good movie. It's weird. Some of those movies from, Studio Ghibli? There's some weird stuff in some of those movies. And I dig weird. So, Spirited Away, it might be kind of frightening for some children at some points, but it's really good. Really good. Yeah, so far I'm thinking Shawshank is the one with the most votes. I don't know why it's not displaying them in that order. Oh well. This does make me want to sit around and watch movies, though. Jurassic Park, 10 out of 10. It's very nostalgic. I just remembered we took my little brother to see that movie when it was new, and he cried at the movie. Sorry, Jake. Sorry. Jurassic Park, when did it come out? 93. So Jake would have been 8. For an 8-year-old, it could be scary. Big brother the jerk. I know. Want to live longer? Let's talk about eating. Got multiple tips here on food choices to make if you want to live to a ripe old age. All right. These are reminders for myself, basically. Clean up my act, start eating better. I think it would, in general, probably make me feel better if I cleaned up the food act. I don't know what the deal is. Just been on a bad run of eating terribly for a while. Gotta fix that. It's not that hard. Just takes maybe a little bit more time to chop up some veggies. Quit being so lazy, me. All right, anyway. Eating added sugars can accelerate cellular aging. Put the ice cream down, me. Researchers found that each gram of added sugar is linked to an increase in biological age, even if your overall diet is healthy. So if your diet is not healthy and you're mowing down added sugars, not good. Now, the study does suggest that reducing added sugar intake could potentially reverse some of those aging effects. So, yeah, added sugars linked to worsened metabolic health and early disease, possibly more than any other diet factor. Oh. All right, well, at least I haven't been mowing down too much soda, all right? Got those Dr. Peppers that have been in the fridge since the kids were here, and they sure look delicious at times. Did you look at that sugar, that added sugar on the cans? Yikes, I mean, it's not as bad as Mountain Dew, but still. Another thing that's recommended is implementing a vegan diet. Yeah, to slow down the biological aging process. And I can hear the meat people. What? Ah! Listen, in this day and age, there's so much fake meat. You can get by. They're getting better and better all the time with, the alternatives, like, fake cheese and stuff like that. They're getting better and better at this as time goes on. So, the fake meat that I've tried, pretty good stuff. Yeah, even if you implement a vegan diet for 8 weeks, they say it can slow down the biological aging process. So what I need to do is chill out on the added sugar, stop eating so many cheeseburgers. I do have salad fairly regularly. But then, yeah, wrap it up with, all right, let's have some ice cream for dessert. Anyway, eat veggies, all right? At least try to implement more into your diet. There you go, health tips from Victor Wilt. Chill out on the soda and eat some veggies. And I'm again doing this break also as a reminder to myself. Chill it out, bro. All right? Stop being so lazy. Chop up some veggies. My goodness. Now, I'm down for people to collect whatever they want. I'm not judging. Well, okay. I'm not going to get into the things that just started popping in my head that you could collect that I would judge you for. But I just want to throw out a reminder here that if you're collecting items and hoping down the road you can sell your collection, just because you're into something doesn't mean that you're going to be able to find somebody else who is also into that type of a collection. Got a British woman named Mary Jacobs looking for a new home for her collection of 163 bedpans. Yeah, toilets, essentially. They're toilet-shaped bowls. She says they're all washed and clean and in great condition. But she's having no luck getting a buyer, at auction. She's tried multiple times at auction to sell this collection. She built them up since 1984, helping out with rummage sales at the Salvation Army Hall. She had a cupboard built to store them in her front bedroom, but she needs the space now. 163 different bedpans gotta go. I don't know if there's anybody in the market for this. It's a collection. I don't know. It seems like it would take up a lot of space, and it's not one you can really display. Like, hey, check out my collection. Because you know that they were all, at some point, they came through the Salvation Army. These are used bedpans, all right? Who used this one? She doesn't have that information. You want to get the collection into the hands of somebody who's got some dough, you got to have the history of each bedpan. You know, who used this? Where did it come from? Just rando bedpans. I mean, she might have a celebrity bedpan, for all we know. But we'll never know, apparently. Anyway, it might be Europe's largest collection of bedpans. So, you know, Google Mary Jacobs bedpans, and maybe you can find her on Facebook and start that collection of your dreams. All right, you're welcome. Got another story to use as an example of why you shouldn't drink on the job. These have been popping up a little more often recently. All right, a Virginia firefighter in a little bit of trouble and on administrative leave. It's amazing what you can do and not get just outright fired for. All right, I guarantee that if I was this guy and behaved in this exact same way, I mean, gone immediately. No administrative leave. Okay, he's a firefighter, right? Well, he got hammered, crashed the fire engine he was driving into a parked car. Okay? You got 34-year-old Aaron Hinspader. It wasn't like he got called in on his day off, okay? He showed up to work. He knew he had to be there, and immediately, got to respond to an emergency. So he jumps into the fire truck, drives off, and fairly quickly loses control of the truck and smashes into a parked car. So cops show up and they're like, oh, this guy's wasted. And they're like, well, how much did you drink? I had 18 beers. 18 beers! This guy had 18 beers before work. Double the legal limit with the blood alcohol content. I mean, thankfully nobody was hurt, anything like that. But yeah, so he gets a DUI after smashing a fire truck into a parked car, and they just put him on leave. I mean, I would assume he's going to be fired, right? I mean, imagine. 6 a.m. I show up here. Hello, everybody. I'm going to be broadcasting live. You know, I've had 18 beers. And then you get in the station vehicle and go smash it into something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there would not be a Victor Wilt show the next morning or in any morning after that. Please, if you're struggling with booze, get some help. Don't drink on the job. Not only might you end up being fired, you might hurt somebody really badly. And I mean, come on, you're a firefighter, buddy. You're supposed to set an example for the community. You're supposed to be rescuing cats out of trees. Things like that. Not this type of shameful behavior. Shame, 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 shame. Well, I guess we could do a genius of the day. Of course, out of Florida. Got a woman who was spotted without a seatbelt. I don't know if they pulled her over specifically for that. Maybe in Florida, you can pull somebody over for not wearing a seatbelt. So anyway, after they pulled her over, police spotted her purse. Or a purse, and all it said on it was bag of drugs. What do you think was in it? Her license and wallet and things like that? No, it was a bag of drugs. It had needles, straws, spoons, glass pipes, crack cocaine, meth, powdered cocaine. Jeez. They're now calling it the infamous bag of drugs. I want to see a picture of it. If it's so infamous and it's now hanging out in the evidence locker in Florida. I mean, we got the mugshot. That's all great and all, but I want to see the picture. It's just sitting on the seat. Bag of drugs. Well, dumb criminals. Yeah, making things easier for the police in Florida every single day. So, they got a lot of work to do down there in Florida. It's a tough job being a Florida cop. You hear how many crazy Florida stories we deal with here. I'm glad that some criminals are just, making it easy so they can move on to the next freak show. All right? As quickly as possible. Maybe she really wanted free accommodations. She was tired of the increased rent, things like that. So, bag of drugs it is. No seatbelt. Ooh, look at this. Facebook tips. Things your mother should have told you, according to Facebook. Are these things true? I have no idea. But we're going to read through some of them and we'll see if, I don't know, maybe you can call me and tell me, yeah, that's legit or that's a lie, or you can try these things and then determine whether they're true or not. Again, these are Facebook tips. It's like kids getting their advice on health from TikTok. Nah. All right, things your mother should have told you. Take your bananas apart when you get home from the store. If you leave them connected at the stem, they ripen faster. Okay, see, I thought it was the opposite. I thought if you rip them apart, they ripen faster. So, okay. Is that true? I don't know. And I'm not going to Google search these and fact check them. We're just reading the tips. We're doing typical Facebook stuff. I see the info on Facebook. I assume it's true and just share it with you. That's how the world works that we live in now. I saw it online. It's got to be legit. Let's see. Store your open chunks of cheese in aluminum foil. It will stay fresh much longer and not mold. Wouldn't just refrigerating it do the job? Why would it be different if it's in like a Ziploc bag and aluminum foil? Is this true? I don't know. I have no idea. Peppers with 3 bumps on the bottom are sweeter. Peppers with 4 bumps on the bottom are firmer and better for cooking. Is that true? Is that something your mother should have told you? I don't know. Again, I'm just spreading this information. All right? I am not responsible for the validity or factual basis of anything I am saying on this program. All right? Add a teaspoon of water when frying ground beef. It will help pull the grease away from the meat while cooking. True? I don't know. This does sound like stuff that mothers would pass down as factual, whether or not there's any validity to this information. That's how a lot of people learn things. Their parents told them it, they accept it as being true, and then they never question it. Question your parents, kids. That's what Victor Wilt says. Question authority. That's right. Just because somebody's older than you doesn't mean that they have the truth. I will tell you that as a person who is older. There are people older than me, and they straight be pudding heads, all right? Spreading lies. But I could be spreading lies right now. Again, I have no idea if any of this information is factual whatsoever, okay? Let's see here. Heat up your pizza in a non-stick skillet on top of the stove. So you heat it up in a pan instead of microwaving it. Well, no kidding. But you could also just do it in the oven. Just put down a piece of aluminum foil, put the pizza on that, boom. Then you throw the aluminum foil in the garbage, and you don't have dishes to do like a pan, all right? Nobody like dealing with pans on top of the stove, a skillet. No. Just throw the aluminum foil away. All right. Easy deviled eggs. Let's see. Put the cooked egg yolks in a Ziploc bag. Seal, mash till they're broken up. Add your ingredients, reseal, keep mashing. Okay, now wait a minute. That is not as easy as just put it in a bowl and mix it all up. Then put it into a bag and you cut the corner off and you use it to squeeze the deviled eggs into the egg. Or the devil egg mixture. The yellow goo. You squeeze the goo into the egg itself. But mixing it all up in the bag, you want to try to scoop some mayo into a bag? That sounds like a hassle. No, mix it up in a bowl, then put it in the baggie. All right, I can get the baggie making sense, like frosting a cake. But mixing the stuff up in the bag, that seems very, very dumb. If your mother told you that, tell mom, hey, it's okay to dirty a bowl. Rinse it out real quick. It's not like pizza in a pan where it might, kind of crust on, bake on. Let's see here. When you buy a container of cake frosting from the store, whip it with your mixer for a few minutes. You can double it in size. All right, well, that sounds like a lot of work. And wouldn't it make your frosting less rich? Yeah, they're like you can eat less sugar and calories per serving. Isn't that the point of eating cake? I mean, we did talk earlier about making better health decisions. Less added sugars, more veggies. All right. I'm not going to whip the frosting. When's the last time I baked a cake? What am I talking about? I haven't baked a cake in like years. It ain't going to happen anytime soon. Anyway, you can try it and let me know if it's legit. Reheating refrigerated bread. To warm biscuits, pancakes, or muffins that were refrigerated, place them in a microwave with a cup of water. The increased moisture will keep the food moist and help it reheat fast. I don't know, I guess the only time that... I'm trying to think if I reheat bread. I mean, I'll make toast out of bread that's in the... Because I put bread in the fridge. A lot of people don't do that, but it'd just go bad. If I didn't, I can't eat a loaf of bread in like 3 days. But I tend to just, straight into the toaster. And it seems fine. I don't know. Toast sounding kind of good right now. I am kind of hungry. Ugh. Anyway, there you go. Tips your mom should have told you. Use a wet cotton ball or Q-tip to pick up broken glass that you can't see easily. Or are you going to slowly go over your floor with a Q-tip? What's this? Putting a dryer sheet in your pocket to ward off mosquitoes. I've heard that before. Is it real? I've never tried it, even as a person who's allergic to them, and they make me very sick when I get mosquito bites. You'd think with my absolute hatred of mosquitoes, I would have tried this. Seems too good to be true. If covering yourself in that nasty DEET bug spray doesn't do the job, why would a dryer sheet in your pocket do it? I don't buy it. Not one bit. All right, should we look at predictions from the new Nostradamus? Sure. I guess World War III's coming. What is this guy hanging out with Alex Jones? Come on now. These people who throw out these predictions, like if we talk about Alex Jones for a minute. I listen to this podcast called Knowledge Fight, and it's a couple of guys who, they just go through Alex Jones's shows and kind of make fun of him, point out the ridiculousness of what that guy does on a day-to-day basis. And one thing I've noticed after listening to this show for quite a while is Alex Jones throws out a lot of predictions about things. He'll basically cover every single base. Every possible thing that could happen, he'll throw out a prediction for it. And then when one of these things happens to happen, because the majority of them don't, he's like, look, I told you it was going to happen. Is that what this new Nostradamus does? I mean, to throw out a prediction about a world war happening is not crazy extreme if you take a look at what's going on in the world today. There's some bad people out there doing bad things. But this guy has named the exact date. Now, he's done this 3 previous times, and nothing happened, but maybe time number 4. See, again, back to Alex Jones and his relentless predicting of everything. This new Nostradamus, if for your entire life you throw out predictions of a war breaking out, eventually one probably will. You can go, look, I told you it was coming. And people seem to forget all of the other times that you've gotten things wrong. It's kind of like political promises. You know, when somebody's running for office, here's the things I'm going to do if elected to office. And then when basically none of those things end up happening, it's always baffled me that people don't seem to remember that. I mean, you can think back over the course of a lot of elections and a lot of big promises that were made and then go, now, wait a minute. I'm not going to point out specifics right now, even though I've got a lot that come to mind. But you should be able to go, wait a minute. Okay, that person said they were going to do all these things, and now they want to run for re-election, and they're saying they're going to do all the same things. Why didn't they get them done the first time? Because they're a liar. They just want to get elected. Yeah, I don't know. Do people need to take notes on things? Like, who is buying that this new Nostradamus is actually going to predict anything? All right? So it was supposed to happen, let's see. I mean, he's predicting it pretty regularly, about every other week. What's the current date? Because I see that it was supposed to happen June 18th. That never happened. Okay. July 24th and 26th. Okay, that didn't happen. All right. I don't know. This article doesn't seem to get into his latest prediction. Well, I'm guessing it's going to be incorrect, so it doesn't matter anyway. That's where I'm going to stand on it. Why even throw out a date? Because nothing's going to happen. Or if it does, well, again, isn't there an old saying about, I don't know, you throw something at a wall enough times, eventually something will stick, or I don't know. There has to be a saying that would tie in with this. Freak news powered by Grease Monkey. Voted Idaho's best oil change. Let's go. All right, Guitar Center employees find thousands of dollars in drugs stuffed inside of a guitar amp. Sounds like what was going on here is somebody tried to ship a bunch of drugs to somebody by hiding them in an amp. And in case the delivery didn't work out, they put Guitar Center as the return address. So then it did get sent back to Guitar Center. And when the box showed up, the employees were like, this looks kind of weird. Like, we don't remember sending this out, and I don't know, this isn't the type of box we would ship an amp out in. What's in here? And then they open it up, and yeah, a lot of stuff there. But they called the cops. Haven't been able to track down whoever actually shipped this thing out as of yet, but investigation ongoing. Where was this, by the way? Gwinnett County, Georgia. Okay. Thousands of dollars worth of drugs stuffed inside of an amp. Wonder how much the amp was worth. You know, amps can be very expensive. Now they're also out that dough. Idiots. Yeah. Just get a normal job. Don't be shipping drugs out to people. You're gonna fail from time to time. That's a lot of dough down the drain. All right, don't eat mushrooms that you find growing outside, okay? Don't do it. You might die. Midwest sees surge in calls to poison control centers amid bumper crop of wild mushrooms. Yeah, I guess in the Midwest, a lot of shrooms popping up. And people are like, oh, looks delicious. Didn't your parents teach you don't eat mushrooms that you find growing outside? And it's not just like dumb kids. No, there are people who are out there. I'm a mushroom gatherer. What's the word they have for those type of people? Foragers. That's what they call. I don't know if that's an official term you can attach to yourself as a person who goes out and finds mushrooms in the wild. I'm a mushroom forager, professional. Now, many of them are getting sick too. I've got a book and it shows me pictures of them, and I know that what I'm eating is safe. Yeah, anyway, people are just finding them out in their yards. Next thing you know, their stomach hurts, they're throwing up, and they got diarrhea. And, sometimes you could just straight up die. So just don't do it, okay? Like, I've got friends who are like, check it out. Look, we found these morel mushrooms out in the woods. And it's like, well, that is what they look like, clearly. I'm a wuss. I'm afraid to eat them. Like, you guys go ahead, you cook them up, you eat those morel mushrooms you found out in the woods, but not me, all right? Because I read about these terms: vomiting, diarrhea, stomach problem. I don't like having stomach problems, okay? Yes, the Minnesota Poison Center issuing a warning this month that wild mushrooms can be hard for untrained people to identify. I saw a picture online. It looked good. Yeah, just don't do it, okay? Just buy your mushrooms at the grocery store. I know groceries have gotten to be a little bit more expensive, but there you go. You can eliminate all the risk. And also, mushrooms taste like crap anyway. I don't understand why they're popular. Moving along. What do we got here? Guy tried to rob a bank from the drive-thru. He wore a black winter hat, sunglasses, and a black mask covering his face. What was it? The little drop box with the thing that goes through the tube? Yeah. He did use the tube. What? The pneumatic tube. Okay, he used the pneumatic tube at a bank to issue a bomb threat. He pulled up to a key bank, wearing all the stuff that I described, and then he sent a note to the teller that said, "Car bomb! No cops alarms or we all die. 50,000 in 20s." And the teller sent the money through the pneumatic tube, but yeah, I mean, there's cameras everywhere. When are people going to learn? There are cameras everywhere now. They're on people's houses. They're on street lights. They're in people's cars. They're at the bank. They're at the bank. Yeah, outside too. Oh, I know. I can't believe it. Cameras outside. So yeah, they caught him. He was arrested, obviously. I don't. Have there been successful bank robberies in the last few years, the last decade? Maybe. I don't know. I haven't researched it because I don't want to end up on some list, you know? This guy was researching bank robbery because everything you do online's tracked, yeah? Even if you're using that incognito window. Yeah. Just read up about Edward Snowden, all right? Everything we do is being tracked all the time. All right. We'll get into bleeding eye disease and more as the program continues on. Happy Tuesday to you. Well, it's going by. Could be worse. I mean, it's Tuesday, but you could be suffering from bleeding eye disease. Bleeding eye disease. It'll kill you dead. It's pretty frightening, really. Got this guy in Spain killed after contracting lethal bleeding eye disease from a tick bite. Yeah, ticks are nasty, horrible creatures. Another reason that, much as I like being out in the woods, you gotta check yourself quick every time you get back from being out on some trail or something. If you're trudging through the brush, you're pretty much guaranteed to be picking up some of these ticks, and they can pack all kinds of horrible diseases like bleeding eye disease. Hey, buddy, what's going on with you? You're looking like you're not feeling good. Your eyes are pouring blood. Oh, yeah, it's called Crimean Congo hemorrhagic, is that how you say it? Fever. CCHF is easier to say. Yeah. Categorized as a priority disease by the WHO, the World Health Organization. Guy was admitted to the hospital on July 19th after being bitten by a tick. And they confirmed he had the virus, so they sent him to an isolation unit because this is one of these high level or high risk of global pandemic type of diseases. So they put him in an isolation unit. He's at the hospital and they couldn't save him. He's dead, just bleeding from the eyes and dead. Oh, sorry, that's unpleasant. All right, sorry. I don't want anybody getting upset. Gojira played at the Olympics, and people saw, the decapitated head. It wasn't even bloody, all right? And it was still talking. It was very artistic, but people lost their minds about that, so I should probably be careful talking about bleeding from the eyes and dead people. But this is the reality of the world. I just want to let people know what ticks could do to you. All right? Make sure to you're getting out camping. Make sure to check yourself when you get back in. Check everywhere. One little tick bite, get that. You can get all kinds of terrible diseases from ticks. Mess you up bad. They're horrible creatures. Horrible. So anyway, bleeding eye disease. All right, I shouldn't Google this, but the article didn't have a picture. And, okay, your eyes just turn kind of red. I was picturing something like out of a horror movie with just blood pouring from the eyes. Okay, sorry. I like horror movies. Love seeing that a band of Gojira's caliber is getting some recognition, not just in the metal world, but worldwide. Because generally, if we have a band out there that's representing metal, they tend to be pretty tame, all right? Like, Gojira is a straight up, legit, like, real, undeniably metal band. They're not one of these bands that, like Ghost, for example, you'll have some people go, that's not metal. Or, even Metallica. Metallica's not metal anymore. Five Finger Death Punch, another big band. A lot of people go, it's not real metal. There's nobody out there in the metal world, no matter how extreme they are, that would say Gojira is not a straight-up metal band. And when they were coming to the Olympics, I figured they were going to come out and do some slow music. They were teaming up with an opera singer. They came out and ripped faces off. It was amazing. And yeah, I saw some, comments online like, well, I don't think they were actually playing live. Probably not. Probably not. Just like the Super Bowl or any of these other major events that happen, you don't want anything to go wrong. The Olympics opening ceremony was this long, crazy thing. I would imagine the band was, playing along to a recorded track. I didn't see any mics on the drum set, okay? But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it was so epic. It would be like if they finally got around to putting Metallica on the Super Bowl. It would be amazing. But I don't know if any band will ever, any metal band will ever come out and unleash a performance, even if it was mimed, a performance that's going to blow minds like Gojira at the beginning of the Olympics. Metallica at the halftime of Super Bowl would not compare, no matter how over the top they went with the show. Because Gojira, they didn't hold back at all with the song they decided to use. It was a metalized version of an old revolutionary song. But they went full force, crazy heavy. No offense to Metallica in any way, but that is heavier than any Metallica song that exists. It was so awesome. So awesome. I don't know how many times I've watched it, but it made me proud as a metalhead to see that type of metal getting displayed to the world for the first time. A metal band played the Olympic opening ceremony. I don't think that really anybody could have done a better job. And that's coming from a guy who, there's a lot of metal bands that I absolutely love. Something about the entire performance, it was just so amazing. If you haven't seen it yet, it's everywhere. It's all over the internet. And I'm just so proud of Gojira for not holding back. Coming out and doing some straight up real metal for the world to see. Very, very cool. Anyway, I know I've talked about it a bunch, but makes me happy. Makes me really happy. All right. There's a lot of concern about AI, the different ways in which it's taken over aspects of our world, the destruction of art as we know it. Well, AI can do some good things, all right? Have you seen the AI-generated images of gorilla sofas making the rounds? Well, apparently, I don't know if it was Temu or what, but some company took one of these AI images of a couch shaped like a gorilla, started offering them for sale, and because people were ordering them, they had to start making them. Sadly, they don't look anything... Well, okay, I shouldn't say they don't look anything like the AI images, which are all like furry and look like the softest, most amazing couches of all time. They just kind of look like a regular couch with a gorilla head on it. $7,000+. Yikes! Seems a little steep for me. But, at least they had to start making them, right? I mean, some of these real gorilla couches, they look kind of cruddy, for sure. But maybe as time goes on, that make them even better. I don't know. A really fuzzy couch with hair on it that's like an inch or two long. It seems like it's going to be a mess. I don't know. Seems like it'd be very difficult to clean. But hey, some people got all the money in the world. Gorilla couch. They just throw it away when it gets dirty. You can buy one on Amazon. What? Okay, hold on. $10,000 and it's only got 3-star. It doesn't look very good. Yeah, if you go Gorilla Sofa on Amazon, 10 G's, not worth it. Not worth 10 G's. No way. Yikes. I mean, you know what? If you're a couch manufacturer, to each their own. If you're able to make the sale, you're able to make some dough, oh, good for you. This is America. You can sell a cruddy couch to idiots, you go for it. It's a hideous looking couch. All right, anyway, it's out there. If you want it, you're welcome. My brain just shut down on me. My goodness. Okay. I was reading quotes from Nick Mason from Pink Floyd. It's Pink Floyd's drummer. And he was talking about the band being resurrected using artificial intelligence. All right. Now, you've still got 3 of the guys in Pink Floyd, walking this earth. Roger Waters, Nick Mason, and David Gilmour. Now, they're like a Taylor Swift song. We're never getting back together. Which is unfortunate, because Pink Floyd's one of those few bands that are at the very top of my favorites list that I'm pretty sure I'll never get to see live. Like with the Beatles, you've only got 2 of them alive, and I don't know. It just doesn't seem like you get Ringo and Paul out there without George and John. It just, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's going to work right. Even Pink Floyd, I don't know. You've got Nick Mason out there doing the band Saucer Full of Secrets, and they play the old Pink Floyd material that came out before Dark Side of the Moon. It'd be really cool to see that, but what if they did, an AI show or a hologram type show, but what if they used AI to make new music? There's a lot of talk about this. Steven Wilson, who you may or may not be familiar with, he's one of my favorite artists. Frontman of Porcupine Tree, also has released some of the best prog rock albums of all time, just under his solo moniker, Steven Wilson. He was talking about, somebody showed him a artificial intelligence created song. I've got to go get more coffee again. My Lord. But anyway, he was blown away and like, I couldn't believe this wasn't me singing. And then he's predicting down the road, people will be able to just kind of go, okay, today I'm feeling like I want to listen to a song, that's a Steven Wilson song featuring so-and-so, and it turns out some really great music, and you're able to save it if you like that particular performance, and that music will kind of enter this new age, which we're already seeing. You've heard some of the AI songs we've thrown together on air here. This could certainly become a normal thing, which is weird. And then what? You as an artist license out your likeness, I guess, for these services, and it'll work like Spotify, I guess, where you make a few pennies each time a song's created using your likeness. I don't know. I have a lot of difficulty wrapping my head around this, because you go, I wouldn't want to hear a fake song from one of my favorite bands. But what if it was a really good song? What if AI created an awesome new Pink Floyd song, or an awesome new Beatles song that was such a good song? It became a hit. Then what? I bet that, and that's not something that's far off. It'll happen within the next few years. Within the next few years, a fake song, this is my prediction. I'm going to throw out a prediction here. In the next few years, a fake song will be unleashed on the world from a band that no longer exists, and it'll be so good it will become a hit, and it's going to change the world. And I don't know if it'll change it for the better or not, but I think we're entering into some really interesting times as far as music goes. I'm sure there's always still going to be a reason for real musicians, real people making music. But I think that AI music becoming very popular, that will be a thing. Much as people fear it and don't want to admit it, it will happen. And probably within like 2 years, tops. I don't know. It's an interesting prediction to throw out there, but a hit AI song. I mean, we're already getting close with some, fake songs becoming popular on TikTok and things like that. I'm talking like all over the radio, big hit song, new song from the Beatles or something like that. Maybe it'll be Johnny Cash. I don't know. Just wait and see. It's going to be interesting. I was scrolling Facebook looking for content. It's a light content day. Stumbled across a post in the Life in Idaho Falls Facebook group that I'm not going to get into. All right. I've gotten into this subject enough times as is. I just want to point out, if all of a sudden something about the law surprises you and you're like, what's happening here? Pay attention to who you vote for. Research people and what they believe and represent. Research their plans for policy. Look at what they've done in the past, and if you're like, oh, that's a crazy person, don't vote for them again. Even if they're on the side you tend to side with. You don't have to just vote based on the letter that appears next to their name on a ballot, okay? Until people stop doing that and actually research the candidates, I don't think we'll see any change to these big surprises that pop. I don't know what's happening here. Well, pay attention to who you vote for. But anyway, another thing that I see happen often enough in the Life in Idaho Falls Facebook group is people arguing about the law. We've got a lot of lawyers in that group that know traffic law inside and out. Not really, but you know how the internet is. Lots of experts online. My buddy told me, I saw YouTube say this, I saw on Facebook, I saw on Twitter. Now, if you want to find out what's up with the law here in Idaho, as I just posted in that group, if they approve the post, tune into Traffic School, Friday mornings, 8:45 a.m., powered by the Advocates Injury Attorneys. Yeah, we address questions that pop up in that group. Because I'll see people arguing. I'm like, all right, well, let's let them know the truth. Let's let them know how this works. So hopefully some people from that Facebook group will join us on the show and ask some questions Friday morning at 8:45. We're here to help the community. Save you time and money. Avoid them traffic tickets. Nobody wanting to get pulled over, all right, and end up having to give the government money. So Join us for Traffic School if you want to learn about the law every Friday morning, 8:45 a.m. If you see people arguing about the law, tell them to check out Traffic School and join the show live, or that they can catch the recap everywhere podcasts can be found, because I post it every week. So, yeah, there's lots of episodes of Traffic School floating around out there if you've missed any recent ones. And it's always a lot of fun with my homie, Lieutenant Crane from the Idaho State Police. So, check out the show. It's a good time. It's won many awards. It's very popular. We're doing Ask Me Almost Anything. Got a few people on hold. Let's go to the first person in line. K-Bear, you are live on the show. Who's this?
Jeff.
Jeff, what's up, man? What do you want to know?
Oh, I'm just kind of curious. Say you have like this awesome rock group. Their lead singer does this compilation with this other up-and-coming something or other, and the song really sucks.
All right.
But the radio station you love, you listen to for like 20 plus years, plays it all the time.
All right.
What do you do about that?
What do you do about it? Okay. Well, the first thing you do is you realize that the very next song is going to be something completely different. So you set a timer for like, I don't know, 3.5 minutes. And then you go to the bathroom, and then you come back, and you've had a nice bathroom break, or you go get a snack, and then the song is gone. I'm wondering if I can guess which song it is. So you said it was a newer band with an up-and-coming... Are both of the artists sort of new?
Well, one of the artists is pretty new, and they made a compilation together, the lead singer from another band that's been around for quite a while.
Yeah. Is it Falling in Reverse with Jelly Roll?
Oh, how did you know?
I know you listeners. I know I could just guess, because I assumed it wasn't Hailstorm and I Prevail.
No.
That's a divisive
that's
song.
Pretty good.
It's a divisive song. It definitely has some country flair, and it is, not my personal favorite from Falling in Reverse, but it's an insanely popular song, so we got to play it, man. I mean,
really?
It's crazy
People
popular.
People actually call and, want you to play that song?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get actual requests for it. And I can also take a look at what people are listening to in our market on, I can look at numbers on Spotify, Apple Music, things like that locally. And lots of people around here are choosing to listen to that in their spare time. So,
wow.
I mean, it's one of the, without question, most popular. It might be, as far as new rock songs, the most popular in our market. I'd have to go back and look, but I mean, it's huge. It's huge.
I'm going to throw this out there. People are sheep.
Hey, everybody's got their own taste, man. But like I said, you can always count on the next song being something completely different. So.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I sit in the truck all day, so sometimes your app is the only thing that I have to listen to, because I don't have great service. Well, so I have to suffer through it.
Well, you could install the Alt 101 or Cannonball apps and flip over to one of those for a minute. And then,
I'm a rock. I'm a metal snob, dude.
Well, if you're into just metal, not a lot of metal on Alt or Cannonball. A little bit of, I think the craziest song on Alt is Kill Switch Engage My Curse. So,
right.
That's as wild as that station gets. So. But
right on. Well, I just thought I'd throw that out there. I don't know if anybody else feels the same way, but, whatever.
I've had people go both way on that song, for sure. People either love it or hate it. So, yeah.
Right?
Well, thanks.
Well, I got to jump off because I got a traffic jam coming on. So.
All right. You be careful, sir. Hands free.
Thanks. Oh, right. Absolutely.
Have a good one, man.
Yeah, bye.
Peace. 208-535-1015, the number to call for Ask Me Almost Anything. K-Bear, you're live on the show. Who's this?
Hey, man, this is Uncle Yeti over here in Hammond.
Uncle Eddie, thank you for your patience. I know you were on hold for quite a while there, man. And Uncle Eddie in Hammond, what's your question for the show?
So, how did you get into radio?
All right. How did I get into radio? All right, I'll try to go through this fast. First time I remember having any interest in radio was when I was a kid. You know, I liked listening to the radio. I was always intrigued by that being, you know, a job. I would call the DJs, request songs. I used to, you know, record songs onto cassette tapes and things off the radio. I think it was in about 7th grade. I was in a drama class, maybe it was 8th or 9th, but we had an assignment to like make a radio show, and it just kind of came naturally to me, like how to do it. I did it with a boombox with 2 cassette decks. You know, you could record from one to the other. Nice. And it had like a built-in microphone or something. And the teacher told me at the time, like, oh, wow, you know, because there wasn't a lot of instruction. She's just like, well, you just kind of have the knack for this. And that stuck in my head. Then once I got into high school, I was doing a public access TV show on Channel 12 in Pocatello.
Okay.
And it was kind of like a radio show, but it was kind of like modern streaming, really, because we had video, but we were playing songs. I'd play strange videos that I would find from around Channel 12, you know, because they had all kinds of weird stuff. And we'd do live calls. You know, it's very similar to what I do now, but with a video element. And then, you know, years down the road, I heard that one of the radio stations in the building was hiring, and I knew Howie Rock from being in local bands. So I hit up Howie Rock because he was the program director at K-Bear at the time. And he's like, well, that's another station that's hiring. But, you know, if you want to do a weekend shift, you know, I'd put you on just working weekends. So I worked like, you know, 4 hours a month or something for a long time, just running the board for live broadcasts on the weekend. And I just worked my way up over many years. I was a part-timer for 5 years. So.
Wow. Well, that's cool, man.
Yeah. So that's kind of the quick story there. But something I was interested in since I was real young. Wayne's World was one of my favorite movies when I was a little kid. I don't know why my parents let me watch it when I was really little, but I remember my mom bought me Wayne's World on VHS, and I was so excited. And yeah, I mean, I've seen that movie so many times. So I'd say Wayne's World probably is the first thing that made me want to be a radio host, even though that was a TV thing, you know? So
I'm still a big fan of Wayne's World.
Yeah.
I watched it the other night.
I need to fire it up and watch it again too. I've seen it. I don't even know how many times, but it's a classic. And yeah, I'm sure that's one of the main reasons that I'm sitting where I am now. So.
Well, that's awesome. Now we know how you got into radio, man.
Pretty much, man. There's a lot of luck. I just happened to know the right guy at the right time. And then, I mean, yeah, I basically made enough money to cover my gas because I was driving from Pocatello to Blackfoot and then Pocatello to Idaho Falls to do the job for years and years. But with radio, you just got to kind of wait till a position opens up and then go for it. So not a lot of positions open anywhere in radio, and I was very patient. So
awesome.
So there you go, man. There you go.
Yeah, cool.
Appreciate the call today.
Take it easy.
Hey, you too, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Later.
Peace. All right. So see, that's how it works, everybody. Ask me almost anything. We had a question about how did you get in radio? And then we had questions about why are you playing that jelly roll and falling in reverse? I'm happy to answer pretty much any questions that you could call me with. So if you want to take part, 208-535-1015. I personally think Ask Me Almost Anything's pretty fun. You know, we get a lot of different types of questions doing this feature. So, you know, rack your brain on it a little bit. And if I keep getting calls about this, we'll keep going with it. Otherwise, I'll just dig up some dumb content and spew about whatever. All right? Up to you who are out there enjoying your lunch break and things like that. So 208-535-1015, the number to call. What's up? It's Victor Wilt. We're doing Ask Me Almost Anything. And if you want to join us, call us up at 208-535-1015. Caller, who's this?
Hi, my name is Con.
Dawn?
Khan, like Star Trek.
Ah, Con. My bad. Sorry, my ears are garbage. Con, what you got for Ask Me Almost Anything today?
I know that you went to the food truck roundup a couple weeks ago. What's your favorite thing that you ordered?
You know, the last time I went to the food truck roundup, what I had was a dish called meat candy from Grandma's Pantry. And what it was like pork belly that was fried up, and then they cover it with this some type of a huckleberry sauce, and then it came with fries, and it was crazy. I'd never had anything like it. It was delicious, but I mean, everything I've had at the food truck roundup has been really good. So I don't know, hard to say a favorite. That one just stands out because it was so unique.
Yeah, that huckleberry sauce is to die for. I had some too.
Nice. What's your favorite food at the food truck roundup?
You know, there was this thing that this one stall that did crepes. I can't remember the name. Their chicken cordon bleu crepe was absolutely fantastic.
Wow, that sounds really good. I don't know if I've ever had a savory crepe. I've only had, filled with raspberries or whatever, and chicken cordon bleu crepe sounds really good.
Oh, it sure was. It kind of gave a chicken and waffles kind of vibe.
Wow. All right. Well, I'm going to remember that the next time I make it down. I mean, every Monday night, right there at Lookout Point in front of the library in Pocatello, the food truck roundup. Man, you're getting me hungry. I had a crap lunch. I had, the boring old oatmeal and toast, no Jalisco's, I need myself a nice Chipotle enchilada. Tell you what.
Heck yes.
Heck yes is right. Well, there you go. That's my food truck roundup recommendation. Meat candy. It's got a great name, too.
That sounds great, man.
Well, thanks, Con. Appreciate you listening to the show today, and hope you have a great rest of the week.
You too. Bye-bye.
Right on. See ya. Look at that, people. Simple. Ask me almost anything. You call, I give you answers. All right? 208-535-1015. K-Bear, you're live on the show. Keep that in mind. Who's this?
This is Bash.
Dash?
Yeah.
Hey, what's your question for Ask Me Almost Anything?
If you were on death row, what would your final meal be?
Oh, death row, final meal. Probably pretty easy, man. I mean, I'd go with some kind of a cheeseburger. It'd have to be a pretty epic burger. I mean, if it's death row, last meal, might as well, get like a pound of meat. I'd probably get some kind of like, you'd have to have bacon on it and stuff. And then on the side, like some good like chili cheese fries. I would definitely want some ice cream with a bunch of candy in it, like, some Reese's and Butterfinger, maybe throw some Oreos in there too. Some quality ice cream. Maybe it would even be frozen custard. What would you go for a final meal?
I mean, I'd probably go something around that too. Definitely a cheeseburger, maybe a steak on the side. Definitely some chili cheese fries.
Yeah, and
something along those lines.
I guess if it is your final meal, you can get them to throw in all kinds of stuff, right? You don't have to just have one main entree like a burger. Because I think a little piece of steak on the side would be pretty nice as well. Oh man, I mean, I can be a real pig, and I like just cruddy food. Pizza on the side. You know how I mentioned a Jalisco's Chipotle enchilada? Seriously, I could eat those all day.
I bet you could.
Dude, seriously, even talking I've had a Chipotle burrito, I think I've had 2 Chipotle burritos and Chipotle enchiladas like in the last few weeks. It's been like a weekly trip at least to Jalisco's. I don't even know if they know it's me coming in there, because anyone who comes to town, I'm like, kids, let's go to Jalisco's. Dan and Jen, Jalisco's. Well, I believe in what we talk about on air. We don't just spout off crap for the sake of spouting it off. So, yeah. Now you're making me want to eat some junk food. And like I said earlier, I had a boring oatmeal and toast lunch. So thankfully I'm full, or I might be sitting in Jalisco's right now, not getting my work done.
Yeah, no, see, I'm on a diet. I had a smoothie and two pork chops, and that's all I've had today.
Well, a smoothie can be good, and so can pork chops, but they ain't no Chipotle burrito. Tell you what.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
And they give you so much food there. Like I always end up, I can knock down about half of it, because you mow down a whole basket of chips with bean dip and salsa before you even get started. Next thing you know, you're like, oh, okay, this giant plate of food, I'm toast.
No, it's all good. I'll still eat it.
All right, man. All right. Well, good luck on the diet. That's what I need to do. I mean, I feel pretty responsible. I did go oatmeal and toast with a banana today, so I'm okay for lunch. All right, man. Well, you have a good one, and appreciate the call. All right, peace.
All right, bye.
If you want to ask me a question, you can call me, 208-535-1015, for Ask Me Almost Anything. If I don't get any calls, it's cool. I don't care. I know you're busy. You're mowing down food. You're busy at Jalisco's. Just digging into that pollo fundido, I think it's called, the cheese-wrapped chicken that's stuffed with more cheese. It's absurd. So good. That's my only go-to aside from the Chipotle burrito. I got to quit saying Chipotle burrito. Heads up, Idaho Falls. Looks like out on, is this Lindsay Boulevard? Got a bit of I don't know if you call it a protest or raising awareness going on with local farmers. We recently talked about the water issues that farms in East Idaho are facing. It's a very complex issue, so I'm not going to get into all of it, but farmers out here in East Idaho facing some major issues when it comes to water at this time. Please educate yourself a bit. Hopefully they can work this thing out, or we're going to have some major problems heading into next year being in an agricultural community. But yeah, go check out the protest on Lindsay Boulevard. K-Bear, you are live on the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem. Who's this?
Hey, this is Isaac.
Isaac, what's up, man? What do you want to know?
So I was calling to ask, do you guys have any statistics on how to tell if people are listening to your show or not, through FM radio and stuff like that? There's
a lot of different ways we can tell how people are listening. So, there's if you're talking about online, I mean, I could pull up a map and see where everybody's listening as we speak. Now, for over-the-air radio, regular FM, the way they determine listenership with that is a variety of a survey means. They'll do, these 3-month span periods of market research, reaching out to people to find out what stations they listen to, when, for how long, specific shows and things like that. And that's how the radio ratings are determined. When it comes to podcasting and things like that, on-demand digital content, another avenue that we can see, the actual numbers of how many people are, checking those out each day. So it just kind of depends which numbers we want to pull,
Okay. And then, so you'd just be able to pull up some things up on your computer and be able to see exactly who's listening, essentially.
As far as online goes, if they're listening on the app or listening on the online stream on the website, we can tell what's happening in the moment. When it comes to the regular FM signal that people would pick up, on most radios in their cars and things like that, that would be through, a third-party company
surveys,
doing market research, and they're kind of checking the entire market all at once rather than individual stations.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. Appreciate the call today, and hope you have a good one.
Thanks, you too.
Right on. Peace. Yeah, the online map is really interesting and fun to check out. Let me switch over here. I guess the last time I was in, I must have been doing something in Classy. But yeah, I mean, we got our homies listening over in Germany. Those guys listen all day long. Thank you again for the candy, guys. I know I owe you quite the care package. And then when it comes to the U.S., it really does get spread out all over the place. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool to take a look and see. I've ran through this before and been like, well, yeah, I know what radio stations they have around there. I don't blame them for listening. Like, we got somebody tuned in right now. A few people in Kansas, one near Wichita. Yeah, I don't blame you for listening to us instead of, is it WTIC? WTCI? I know they ain't going to play no metal. No offense to my homie Johnny Mays. He's just afraid of metal. They might play it in the middle of the night. Now, a lot of people listening in the Denver area as well. Now, Denver, do they still, I think they have a rock station. Is it KBPI? Does that sound right? Yeah, KBPI. It's been a long time since I looked at their playlist. So, I don't seem to remember being blown away by it. Just being honest. Now, don't be calling up the staff at KBPI and telling them I said that, but it's probably not their fault. They're an iHeart media station, and iHeart, you've heard what I had to say about iHeart before. They're just not that great. And I doubt they've got any metal going on. Let's take a look here, see if I could bring up their recently played. I could bring up their whole playlist if I get on Mediabase. Maybe I'll do that. Mediabase is a website that tracks the playlists of basically every radio station in the country. Now, I say basically because, like around here, there are only a handful of stations that are big enough that Mediabase is going to track them. And they're all stations that I program. That's right. K-Bear, Z103, and 105 The Hawk. The only monitored radio stations in East Idaho. I know, I'll pat myself on the back. I made that happen. K-Bear, the only radio station in East Idaho that's on the Billboard chart panel. Where, you see those Billboard numbers when you see a band's like, number one on the Billboard mainstream rock chart. We're the only station, like East Idaho, period, that is contributing our numbers to the Billboard charts. Pretty cool. Let's take a look at KBPI. I want to see what they're doing. Since we got quite a few people listening in Denver. Shout out. Thanks for listening to us. I really appreciate that. But I must know what they're doing. What are their most played songs? I guarantee it's not Electric Callboy for this week, like would be the case with us. Is Mediabase not going to load? Come on. Well, it's an iHeart Media product, so it's probably not very good. What? Oh, okay, hold on. That can't be right. Blink-182 one more time. That's not even a new song. Okay, this is really sad. What are you doing, KBPI? iHeart sucks so much. Okay, we will leave it on currents and recurrence. Okay, so their most played song is Blink-182 One More Time, which I'm going to say it was a hit song. We played it. But that's their most played song right now on that radio station. They first played it probably back around the time we first played it in September last year. It should have stopped being your most played song by like the end of last year. What is this? Sum 41 Landmines. That's another really old song. Jelly Roll, Need a Favor? Need a Favor from Jelly Roll? When were we even playing that? Why are these their most played songs? And we got a caller. K-Bear, you're live on the show. Please keep that in mind. Who's this?
Billy Joe.
Billy Joe. What's up, Billy Joe? What's on your mind?
Hey, I was just wondering, what's your, if this would be a correct question, what's your favorite top songs of K-Bear? My favorite,
say that again, top songs or pop songs?
K-Bear, like rock songs.
Oh, my favorite rock songs?
Yeah.
That's a really long list, man. I mean, are you talking like my all-time favorite songs or just like newer songs that we're playing that I like, as far as the newer stuff we play?
Yeah, I think it's the newer ones. Go for the newer ones.
All right, let me pull up my scheduling software here. I mean, I think that new Hailstorm, I Prevail song's really good. I don't know what it is about that song. Something in the melody reminds me of like 9 Inch Nails or something. So I really dig that one. Let me take a look here at other newer songs. Let's see. Electric Callboy, Ratatata. I really like that one quite a bit. Let's see here. Man, Ghost, The Future is a Foreign Land is pretty good. I thought Ice Nine Kills with Real Big Fish Walking on Sunshine was funner than I expected. Knocked Loose with Poppy Suffocate's good. Falling in Reverse, Ronald I like. Architect's Curse. All the new Nothing More stuff. The new Poppy song, Sleep Token. Yeah, I mean, right now there's not any like super standout new songs that are totally blowing my mind, but there's a lot of good stuff floating around. I like the newer Highly Suspect tunes, the new Pussifer song, The Algorithm's good. Wage Wars new stuff's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, music I like would be quite the lengthy discussion. So,
hey, can you play a song request for me?
I'll do my best. What do you want to hear?
Sleep Token, Chokehold.
Chokehold. Absolutely, man. I'll fire that up right after the break.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you, man. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, so we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We could potentially do some more questions if anybody wants to call. Good on that caller to get me off of ripping apart the KBPI playlist, but man, it's sad. It's really sad. Like, they don't have anything even, what do they have that's remotely new that they're playing a lot of? Stained with Dorothy, I guess. I mean, they're really pounding Motley Crue, Metallica's Screaming Suicide. All these songs are old. What's going on here? I haven't looked at individual radio station playlists for a while, but this one's really strange. Huh. I don't know, everybody. That's the nature of the world there. Just pound songs people have heard, relentlessly for the last year. Thank you again for tuning in to the Victor Welch Show. This program's a production of River. Why can't I say that?
No,
God.
I have to say Riverbend Media Group.
Riverbend Media Group. This program's a production of God. This program's a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.